Hello, my students. How are you? I hope you're fine. Today, inshallah, we are going to start with your student's book, page 56. The title of our lesson today is Agreement and Disagreement. So, before we start, I just want to tell you that I'm your English teacher. My name is Rahma. I work with Relief International, and this video is funded by the American government in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Now, let's read the outcomes of this lesson. Number one, to recognize the significance of agreement and disagreement, expressions for understanding when listening to a dialogue. Number two is to take part in a debate using words related to agreement and disagreement. طيب. Let's start with your book, page 56. Let's read the title together. Agreeing and disagreeing. Agreeing means الاتفاق, الموافقة, and disagreeing is the opposite. Opposite يعني عكسها. تمام؟ نلاحظ هون إنه حصلنا على المعنى العكس ل agreeing by adding the first three letters prefix. ضفنا مقطع اللي هو أول 3 أحرف this، فصار المعنى العكس agree disagree. تمام. Okay, let's look at the top of this page اللي هي 56. Before you start, let's read it together here. Look at the posters. إذن هنا we have 3 posters. Okay, let's read the question. Have you ever donated any books, DVDs or clothes? إذن have you ever donated? Do you know the meaning of donated? We are going to talk a lot about it. Okay, let's look at these 3 posters and then we will know the meaning of donated. Okay, number 1, give some of your CDs and change the word. Here, give some of your books and change the word. And here, give some of your clothes and change the word. So, give some of your. When you give some of your books or clothes and of your things to a charity shop, okay? What's the meaning of a charity shop? It means محل خيري. okay? طب هلا you can give the things that you don't use، الأشياء اللي ما بتستخدموها، or if you have something which is extra، أشياء إضافية عندكم and it is in a good shape وهي بحالة منيحة، بتقدروا you can what donate. okay, بتقدروا تتبرعوا فيهم للتشاريتي شوب. وبعد هيك التشاريتي شوب هذه المحلات ايش بتعمل؟ they sell these things، ببيعوا هاي الأشياء okay to make money، حتى يعملوا مصاري، وبعدين هذا المصاري بيتبرعوا فيه لجهة معينة محتاجة. okay إذن again, have you ever donated any of your things؟ هل عمركم تبرعتوا بأشياء عندكم؟ طب what kind of things؟ ممكن CDs زي ما قلنا، books or clothes. Again, what kind of things that you can donate? Toys maybe. So if you have a toy that is extra or you don't use and it is in a good case or shape، بحالة جيدة وانتم ما بتستخدموها، بتتبرعوا فيها to poor people in order to help them, okay, to other children. Or you can what also give your clothes, the clothes that you don't use. Okay, what else? Yes, you can donate your books if you don't need them. You can donate food or money. Okay, so here are some things, some of the items that you can donate, okay, to the poor or to the people who are in need، الناس المحتاجين، سواء directly you can donate to them, تتبرعوا لهم أو charities الجمعيات الخيرية. Okay, let's read now question number 1. Listen to the dialogue. Mark the expressions the girls use. Then again, here there is a dialogue. Okay? And you should mark to the expressions. What's the meaning of expressions? Expression means تعبير. Okay, that the girls use. Then here in this dialogue, we have two girls. They will talk about a topic. هلا رح نعرف شو الموضوع رح يحكوا عنه. And they will use expressions. رح يستخدموا بعض هدول ال expressions. which show agreement. لازم تعرفوا أي منهم بيظهر الموافقة and which show disagreement أو الاعتراض أو عدم الموافقة. Okay? So, are you ready? Let's start.
Module 5, page 56, exercise 1.
I'm bored. I want to do something useful.
What's wrong, Noura?
Don't you think we are living very easy lives? There are so many people who are suffering. Why don't we do something about it?
Okay, but what do you propose?
I don't know. Some old people's homes are asking for books. We could ask our friends for books they have read and take them to the homes.
You've got a point there. My grandma's friend is in a home, and she complains that they have seen all their DVDs and read their books more than 3 times. It would be nice if we could get them new ones, right?
Absolutely. We can begin by phoning our friends and asking them if they have old DVDs and books that they no longer want.
That's true. And we could also start a campaign at school.
You're right. I wonder why I didn't think of it. Let's make a poster.
I suppose we can, but don't you think we have to ask the headmaster first?
I don't know. Why don't we ask our English teacher? She's always talking about aiding people with problems.
Okay, thanks for listening. إذن, after listening to this dialogue, كان عنا dialogue between two girls, Noura and Summer, okay? They talked about an idea which is helping the poor, helping the people who are in suffering, يساعدوا الناس يلي بيعانوا, okay? And they talked about donation. حكوا عن فكرة التبرع. They mentioned many things. ذكروا كتير أشياء ممكن يتبرعوا فيها هم أو أصدقائهم. And they talked about campaigns يلي هي حملات ممكن يعملوها. Okay. While they were discussing, بينما هم بيتناقشوا, one of them mentioned some ideas and the other replied. في حدا منهم ذكر أفكار and the other one replied, okay? And the other girl والبنت الثانية ردت سواء by agreeing or disagreeing. أحيانا كانت توافق وأحيانا كانت تتعارض. Now we are going to read the expressions that the girls used. So did you try to answer this question? حاولت تحلوه؟ Okay, now let's start with the expressions. We have agreement and disagreement. I'm going to show you the answers and you should try to check your answers, okay? Yeah, let's start with the first expression that the girl used. Yes, you've got a point there. You've got a point there. It means in Arabic لديك وجهة نظر هنا. إذن this shows what? Agreement. Number 2 is absolutely. يعني حقا إطلاقا. يعني برضو here this expression shows agreement. Okay? That's true. You are right. These two expressions also. That's true. هذا صحيح. You're right. أنت محق. برضو shows they what? They show agreement. Okay, what about disagreement? Let's start with disagreement. Did you write any expressions that the girls used in order to show disagreement? Okay, the first one is what? Ok, but. But means لكن, and after but there is a different opinion. إذن في عنا رأي مختلف but لكن ورأي آخر. إذن هذا بدل على disagreement. Okay, it shows what disagreement. Number 2, I suppose, but also but means that the person who's talking, he has or she has another opinion, another idea. إذن had disagreement. Now these two expressions, the girls what use. Here in this box there are other expressions that the girls didn't mention. في كمان تعبير ممكن ما يكونوا ذكروه لكن برضو بيوضح هو disagreement. تمام؟ إذا let's continue answering the question. لهنا خلينا نحكي جواب هذا السؤال. These 4 expressions for agreement, and the other 2 expressions for what? Disagreement. Now we are going to mention the expressions that show a disagreement. One of them is, well, if you ask me, well حسنا, if you ask me إذا سألتني, so I have different opinion. أنا عندي هون رأي مختلف. إذن disagreement. That isn't strictly true. It means هذا ليس صحيحا على الإطلاق. Okay, and it shows what disagreement. Yes, perhaps. However also shows disagreement. Okay, it means على أي حال. إذن after however it's like but after it there's a different opinion. To a certain degree, إلى درجة معينة. إذن برضو هنا disagreement. Okay, so here are the expressions that show agreement or disagreement. Okay, let's continue. Here are other expressions. هنا عنا برضو مصطلحات أخرى أو طرق أخرى that you can use in order to show if you agree or disagree with certain thing. For example, I agree, agreement. I agree with you 100%. يعني أنا موافق مع رأيك أو معك 100%. إذن هون نفس الشيء. I agree with you entirely. Absolutely أخذناها. مثلها في عنا definitely. And you can read the other expressions. Okay, and for disagreeing we have other expressions. I don't agree. هنا أنا غير موافق. I don't agree. إذا بتوضح إنه في عنا اختلاف. I disagree. I'm afraid. أنا خائف. This is not quite true. هذا ليس صحيحا. إذا I have another opinion. Okay, and here are the other expressions. You can read them. Okay. Now question number 2 شو بقولكم? Bring out the notes you wrote in the previous lesson. Practice your argument again and think about how you might use the expressions from the box to respond to other groups' argument. So this is your task. You should think of arguments. Okay, try to write let's say a dialogue between you and another person. Think of an argument, okay, and use the expressions from the box if you want to agree or disagree. Okay, let's look at this example. So this boy is asking his friends, what do you think? طبعا you can write your own idea. What do you think about, for example, helping the poor? What do you think about starting helping others, أو about this campaign عن حملة معينة? just it is an idea. And here we have different what responses. عنا ردود مختلفة. I don't agree. إذن هون disagree. I agree. That's true. That isn't strictly true. برضو disagree. You've got a point there. هون agreement. Okay. إذن you can do the same. Here is your homework. Scan the following QR code. So here there is a code. You should try to scan it. You can ask your teacher. اسألوا معلمينكم رح يساعدوكم كيف تعملوا scan to view a worksheet. Then try to answer it by deciding whether the expressions are used for agreeing or disagreeing. Okay? Now we have finished. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.